The SEC just released their agenda for the next 75 days, and they're hosting 4 more roundtables that are going to be bullish for 4 different crypto projects. And so in today's video, we're going to go over these 4 different roundtables. We're going to look at the agenda of each of these 4 roundtables, and we're going to tell you which altcoin or crypto is going to benefit from each of these agendas, and then we're going to go into the charts and see where can this coin really go. So this is the SEC's Crypto Task Force, and they're hosting 4 more roundtables. This was just released last night, and we have the agenda. So SEC, the task force, announced today it will hold 4 more roundtables in its ongoing series discussing crypto asset regulation. Here are the dates and topics for each of the roundtables. Now, the last one's going to be June 6th. The next one's going to be upcoming in about 2 weeks from now. And the first one's going to be called Between a Block and a Hard Place, pun, Tailoring Regulation for Crypto Trading Intermediaries. Now, this is a little bit lawyerly speak here. Crypto trading intermediary. What is a crypto trading intermediary? What coin are we going to be talking about for the crypto trading intermediary? Well, that is going to be Aerodrome Finance. Now, when we look at the Aerodrome chart, which we're going to dive into the charts in a second, looks like a pretty awesome entry point. Now, we said this is going to be a crypto trading intermediary. If we go into what is Aerodrome Finance, decentralized exchange facilitating liquidity via automated market making and token swaps. But what about the price action? So let's go into the charts for this crypto intermediary. Now, we're going to look at the fib retracement in a second, but first I want to look at a couple trend lines here. Now, we had a trend line end up breaking down to the downside, but we got another trend line here that haven't had too much price action below it. You can see we didn't close the daily candle below there. You can see that we wicked into it on the 5th of August. That's when all the altcoins were doing very poorly, and we weren't able to close the daily candle below this trend line. So to me, very strong trend line. To me, this is a great support for Aerodrome. I do not think we can go too much lower. If so, maybe we come down to around this point of control area right here. But let's go ahead and pull up the fib to look at the next levels above us. So these are going to be the levels for bullish price action for Aerodrome. Now, when we look at the fib extension, you can see this has definitely acted as resistance. Kind of stopped the run there, stopped the run there, stopped the run there. Didn't quite get to the 236. So the 236 level is going to be the first level for Aerodrome I would pay attention to. That's going to be 92 cents. But also you're going to have psychological resistance around $1. You can see how important $1 has been in the past. That acted as resistance, acted as support. So I wouldn't be surprised to see, the dollar range, maybe get a little bit of a slowdown, maybe bounce, and then go on to the next run. Now, if you're wondering a price prediction for this cycle, I'm pretty bullish on the short term. I think, this is going to be the area to watch. We got the tops, so look out for there. There's going to be a lot of selling pressure in this area. But right now, perfect time to buy some Aerodrome, in my opinion. Now let's go to the second agenda. Know your custodian. So know your custodian, key considerations for crypto custody. It's really only one crypto that this is probably going to be referring to when it comes to custody, and that is Bitcoin. Maybe stablecoins. Can't really trade stablecoins, make money, unless you're shorting a failing stablecoin like Terra Luna, but the crypto custody angle is probably going to be the Bitcoin angle. And when we look at the Bitcoin charts here, this is the daily chart that we're looking at. We recently just had a huge sell-off a little over a week ago, and you can see that the RSI created a lot of weakness. We got all the way down to 17 on the RSI. Last time the RSI got that low was this area right here, and if we check Bitcoin's price, Bitcoin was only $25,000 last time it was this oversold. And so it hit oversold territory. To me, this is kind of, strong bullish support. Also, we have a little bit of some bull divs forming where you can see the price creating lower lows, or you can see the RSI creating higher lows. This is very bullish as well. So Bitcoin, no one knows for sure. No one has a crystal ball. There's a lot of support when you're looking at the metrics. I want to give a quick shout out to LBank Exchange. It is my favorite exchange to get all of the latest trading pairs, all of the hottest meme coins and altcoins. You can go to the spot trading, or you could do futures perpetual trading. And we have a link down below with the tutorial on the top of our page. Tons and tons of features here, 24/7 customer support, huge reach here, huge volume, millions of users, and they have over 200 countries and regions covered. So go ahead, open up an account, deposit some funds, and start your trading journey. Now let's go to the third task force roundtable here. Tokenization. That's the topic of today. Tokenization, moving assets on chain, where TradFi and DeFi meet, where traditional finance and decentralized finance meet. Now, a lot of the Disco fam, you're probably smashing the like button because we're about to talk about Ondo. So Ondo, We're going to talk about the prices in a second, but Ondo is a DeFi protocol. It enables users to originate risk-isolated yield loans backed by yield-generating crypto assets. So that's the decentralized angle, right? Where DeFi and TradFi meet. So what's the traditional finance system? Where when we go to Ondo's actual webpage here, Ondo.finance, we design institutional-grade platforms, assets, and infrastructure to bring financial markets on-chain. So that's the traditional finance. So Ondo, the perfect coin for where TradFi and DeFi meet. So let's go into the charts here. Now, Ondo, we're going to look at the fib level as well. But Ondo also has some very strong support, but in my opinion, better than Aerodrome support. You saw Aerodrome support was pretty flat. You know, maybe it's slightly angled to the upside here, but Ondo support, woo, looking pretty good here. Now, this is a similar situation. Didn't close a daily candle below there. Came pretty close to wicking here and here. Weren't able to close a daily candle on that area either. And then when you see the recent dump, couldn't close a daily candle below this area. So to me, very strong support. And so what are the next levels that we need to look above us? Well, let's pull out the fib tool here. You can see Ondo loves the fib. Here, the 236, kind of acted as support, acted as resistance. You see the same thing for the 382. You can see the 0.5 acted as resistance there. 618 acted as resistance. And so the next level, probably going to be the 236. Keep an eye out on this, and that's going to be right at $1.06. Now, as always, psychological level of around $1, also going to be pretty important. But definitely you do need to keep an eye out on $1. When we draw a horizontal line here right at $1, scroll to the right, you can see it acted as resistance in the past, so probably going to act as resistance in the future. So these are the two levels above Ondo I would be paying attention to. But watch this trend line. If we break down below, could be probably visiting some of the lows that we saw around here, which is around 60 cents. Now the final round table, we're going to be looking at DeFi and the American Spirit. Now, when they say American Spirit, I don't think they mean American Spirit, the cigarette company. I think they're talking about just strong American companies with a focus on DeFi. So when you're thinking of DeFi, you're thinking of American company. Chainlink is the coin that comes to mind here. I'm going to have a price prediction in a second. Now, Chainlink, definitely a decentralized protocol through and through. It's a decentralized Oracle network, and Chainlink making a lot of headways in the White House with the government here. We scroll down. This is chain.link. This is Chainlink's official page. You see, Sergey was literally just at the White House speaking with the most important players out there, and Chainlink's making major banking partners like BlackRock and others. But what about the charts? What do the charts tell us about Chainlink? So Chainlink, previous all-time high, around $50. People are saying, could Chainlink hit 200 bucks? Well, here's my thoughts. Now, to look at Chainlink's price action, I actually priced Chainlink in Bitcoin. A lot of Bitcoin whales love Chainlink. A lot of Chainlink whales love Bitcoin. And so there's a lot of similarities here when you're looking at the price structure with the previous cycle. So kind of pointed this out in a video in the past. This is a weekly, and you can see two falling wedges. Falling wedges are typically a bullish sign. Not every time, but typically they'll break to the upside. Last cycle, we had a falling wedge, followed by another falling wedge, then we had about a 580% pump. This cycle, we kind of did the same thing. We had the double falling wedge pattern here. And so maybe this is the bullish momentum that Chainlink's going to need. You can see on the 3-day, we got a candle outside of this range. We shrink it down to the daily. I've got some other stuff I need to show you here. Did dip below. What are we looking at here? We're looking at two distinct M patterns. So we had an M pattern, dip below, and then it broke out. Previous wedge, we had the M pattern, and then it broke out. So maybe we're getting a little bit of similarities here. Maybe this is spelling another Chainlink pump. We have a similar support line down on the bottom, and when we go to the daily, but what about Chainlink priced in USD? So you type in Link USD on TradingView, you click right here. We have another trend line that's also just very strong. That's the 4-hour candles. Here's the daily candles. You can see, maybe a level to pay attention to. We broke out of that range. So it looks bullish on Link price in Bitcoin. It looks bullish with Link priced in USD. So I'm very bullish with Chainlink, just with all the inroads they're making with the White House, with BlackRock, with the big banks. So I wouldn't be sleeping on Chainlink. So these are the three altcoins plus Bitcoin I would be paying attention to. Number one, Chainlink. The price prediction here, I think we can hit $100 at Chainlink this cycle. You're looking at 15 bucks. It's pretty close to a 7x. Ondo, I think, is going to come back and revisit all-time highs, but I think it's going to probably stick with this little range we see above it. And so if we go to the Ondo charts and look at the top here, this gives us just a potential target. By no means am I saying this is guaranteed. but I would be looking at somewhere around this area right here. Depending on when it happens, maybe $2.50, maybe $3 Ondo. And then last but not least, we have Aerodrome. You know, keep an eye out on this range above it as well. And then Bitcoin, everybody's feeling bullish in the long term. So that's all I got. Those are the 3 altcoins. I think these SEC roundtables are going to pump. I'm DZ. Hopefully I'll see you and your DeFi bags at the top.